everyone, this is Jane, and this is my healthy habit number 40. This one is to practice forgiveness. Now, wow, this one can have an absolute crazy, big, beautiful effect on every aspect of your life, not just your health. This is definitely something that takes practice. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And I'm not saying to let people walk all over you and just be really easy at forgiving, because that is not the way to walk through life. If something bad happens to you, someone did it on purpose, someone did it not on purpose, something really horrible, some type of trauma or abuse, there are all kinds of things that happen to us that are pretty horrific as humans. But then there's also all the little daily things that we hold grudges about. Someone cutting us off on traffic, we get a nasty email from, or someone says something about us on social media that might be hurtful. There are so many things that come at us as humans that we have excuses to hold a grudge. And holding a grudge, not forgiving, ends up hurting you, the person who won't forgive or let things go, much more than the person who hurt you. And maybe they didn't even know that they hurt you. A lot of times people will know, but the thing is forgive and forgive quickly. And the more you do this, the easier it gets. And I have found that I can be really hurt by something, and by something someone did or something someone said. It takes me a minute to process it, and I really figure out in my mind, was this something that was on purpose or meant? And I work through everything, and then I realize that one of the best things that I can do is reach out to the person and have a conversation. And sometimes there was a misunderstanding, or there was an assumption that was made, and whatever I thought I might have needed to get upset about or hold a grudge about or then forgive really wasn't even a thing at all. And that is something that happens on a really regular basis as human beings. We make these assumptions, we hold a grudge, and it could lead to these families or people that you love that not ever speaking again, because we're holding a grudge and we don't know, first, how to open a conversation, and second, how to forgive. In fact, you always hear stories about maybe a drunk driver runs into a family car and kills a child, or kills the mom and the baby, or kills a couple of people in the car, and how the survivors are able to forgive. And we can't imagine sometimes how these people can forgive. And it does, like I said, it does take practice. There's something to a really powerful book that I've read probably 9 or 10 times. And it is literally a book about forgiveness and letting things go. In fact, it's called Letting Go. It's written by Dr. David Hawkins. And I would highly recommend that you pick up this book. It's one of those books that you can read over and over, and you pick up things every single time you read it. In fact, the way I prefer to read books, especially ones like that are full of this amazing information, is on Audible, to listen to these books. And I can hear the voice in my head, and I can absorb the information. And this is just such a powerful way to walk through life, because when you can forgive completely and quickly, all the things that might be stressing you out and you're angry about and worried about, and mostly angry, I think, is a really good place to say, because that's just an emotion we hold on to when we can't forgive somebody. That is not good for your health. Your blood pressure is up, your stress levels are up, you can't sleep sometimes because you're so angry or so full of whatever emotions that you're having at this person or this situation. That doesn't serve your health at all. And there might be situations where you can forgive, not necessarily forget, and there might be people that you don't keep in your life because of situations that might keep occurring. And we all get to determine how we walk through this life. And walking through life with the power to forgive completely and quickly is one of the very best things that you can do for your health and your longevity, because we're not designed to fight each other and over sometimes things that are mistakes. And if you're like me, you've made plenty of mistakes. And I've needed to ask for forgiveness plenty of times throughout my life of things I've said wrong, things I've done wrong, things that I did by accident, things I maybe did on purpose, not realizing that it was going to hurt someone else. So we have to realize that we are all human beings and we all make mistakes. And forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools that will take you through this life with vibrant, good health. So I hope you have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you soon.